Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to Icewind Dale. If you are just joining us, this is the end of Trials of the Luremaster. We have all of the magic stones through the painstaking process of navigating all of these samey-looking caves and going in and out of all of these many different doors. We have acquired all of the flawed gemstones, taken them over to the magical chest, where they have then been teleported back to their appropriate altars in the form of flawless stones. So now, let's see. Here we go. Hatheland is going to put all of these where they go. This one is the symbol for night. That's going to be our newest acquisition, which is the Moonstone Gem. There we go. Okay, the rune for heaven. Let's drop in that. Let's see. There we go. Diamond. Star Sapphire. I believe it's the Star Sapphire. Yes. Okay, the symbol for day. That is going to be this flawless sunstone. Symbol of earth, that will be our diamond here. Which leaves the symbol for the sea. And that here will be our water star gem. Something is happening. Hey! Alright. 60,000 experience points. Well, it certainly feels good to do something right, because last time we were here, I have to say that, you know, this dungeon dragged just a little bit with all of the going back and forth, and unfortunately I made the mistake of leaving those gemstones on their altars and had to go back and collect them all. But that's alright. We're here now with the Luremaster, our old buddy, old pal, my guy, my dude. Oh, how we hate you. I am sympathetic to your plight, though, but I hate you. Time and time again, you have proven to exceed the castle's previous guests in both bravery and wits. Not only that, but you escaped death in the miserable dungeons where I perished so many decades ago. May we go now, or just, yeah, that's right, let us go. So, I think Hatheland's going to be just a little bit more polite to him. We're going to grit our teeth because we understand who he is now that he is the bard who was trying to tell the truth about Lord Maluradek. So, and I know I have pronounced that name like at least 5 different ways, and I'm not sure what the canon pronunciation is because there are no voice lines of which I am aware or which we have run across in this expansion. So, you'll just have to bear with me. Before you go, I would have you perform one final service for the residents of this castle. And what's that? Because he's going to make us do it whatever it is anyway. Put our spirits to rest. Rid this castle of its specters in a battle worthy of a master poet's pen. After all I have put you through, it is only fitting that you now have a chance to strike back at those who have maligned you. We salute your bravery, heroes. Okay, I actually like this part. It's kind of clever because it's similar to when we met the Elven Armsmaster in the Severed Hand, and she was like, you know, my men are trapped in a time loop. They're specters. They don't understand what's going on. They think that they're still in battle. So, like, the kindest thing you can do for them is to give them an honorable death in battle. This is kind of the same thing, except the twist here is the game is sort of acknowledging that this has been a huge hassle and you're probably upset about being stuck in this puzzle dungeon. So, like, fine, kill these guys so that you'll feel better. To arms. Well, you're gonna get it first. Nope, no teleportation for you. Get him. Get him. There we go. If you do him in, I don't think you have to do all of the others right away. You get this. At last, I am vanquished. I have waited long for this day. I am glad that it is by your hand that I perish for all time. That's something you don't usually hear. God, I've waited so long to be vanquished. Thank you. You have proven to be more resourceful and fit for survival than any of the hundreds that have come before. How many people have you trapped in this castle? Yeah, exactly. You have demonstrated courage and wit where others cowered and yowled in frustration. I'm not gonna say I didn't do some of that, especially that last one, but, like, you're not making a great case for yourself, my dude. If you wanted to tell your story, there were better ways to do it than, like, you know, luring people here to this haunted castle and murdering them so that they added to your ghost army. Hey, watch it, listen. I'm allowed to roast myself. Your perseverance and strength of arms has allowed you to prevail where others found only death and defeat. You are a shining light in a dark and frightening world filled with terrible beasts and faceless evils. Shut up, I know it. It is the deeds such as yours, the deeds of heroes, that shall inspire the hearts and minds of generations to come. Take care that your deeds are not forgotten, for it is the doom of man that he forgets. Yeah, basically, farewell, heroes. Yeah, he tried to clockwork oranges. Like, you could have been so much more diplomatic. There's so many other ways that we could have gone about this. Okay, now I think that other than the throne right there, I believe that's it for this room. And then, of course, there's, you know, the magically sealed door out. So I'm just sort of filling in the map here. And I don't believe that this is trapped, but we're going to have Motmic take a look at it just because, like, we're not stupid, right? Okay. Well, this is the end of it. Who do you all think has suffered the most in this dungeon? I know Keishara has fireballed the whole party multiple times, but she is also the one who answered his stupid riddles. Motmic, of course, has disarmed a lot of traps and also stepped on more than a few. Sana has had the crap beaten out of her. Thank you. Thank you, yes. We all can acknowledge the real victim here, which is us, the audience. But, you know, I was thinking, like, whomst among the party should be the one to indulge in getting this last treasure here? I feel like either Sana or Motmic, maybe. Possibly Keishara. She does. Alright, we're going to let her lift the seat. So you see that? It literally lifts the seat. And we get a tarnished ring. There we go. Is the magical seal gone? Yes, the door is opened. This tarnished ring is identical to the one Hobart wore upon his finger when you met him in Lonelywood. A series of indecipherable runes are etched upon the dull face of the copper band, and the inner surface of the band wears the simple inscription, "Truth is eternal." Well, we'll see about that. Because I don't care if, like, Hobart did defeat the trials of the Luremaster or whatever, like, he still sucks. Because he's the one who trapped us here. I blame him, the rotten old halfling. Speaking of which, we should probably go and see him before we leave. Because, see, this still empty. Or still shut, rather. It's not here. I don't think we need to actually go to, like, the temple or a specific place. Oh, and there's old Maluradek himself. Now we know who that is. The bard finally managed to drive him to suicide. Which, I mean, is not a subject to make light of. So, you know, but it's that whole thing of like, you know, he got what he deserved. We are not punished for our sins, we are punished by them. I heard that somewhere. Okay, I think all we have to do here is actually just... I think we just have to put on the ring. Sauna has 2 empty slots, so I'm going to let her do it. Maybe...
I'm on it.
Hobart is gone. Or at least he's not here.
I'm on it.
Get in, loser. We're slaying dragons.
I'm on it.
Yeah, now that the door is unlocked, I don't... There is something we have to do to get home, but I don't remember what it is. Like I said, I was thinking that you just have to put on the ring. I think, see, I clicked down here after I put it on her because I was thinking you have to use it. Oh, there we go. You have to click on the backpack icon. There we go. We're free! We're free! Oh my god, and here we are right back where we started. Shoo-wee, folks. Nonsense, I've not yet begun to defile myself. What? What conversation did we walk back into? And the ring is gone. Okay, well, we are back in Lonelywood, folks. We did it. We escaped the trials of the Luremaster. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, and what trials they were. And we still have to finish exploring Lonelywood. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. Come back again next weekend when we'll continue with Icewind Dale. Phew. Man. So that took all of January. Let's pick up where we left off, and we've explored all of Lonelywood except for the inn here itself. So this is our set of loose ends. We spoke with Rolled Tunnel Fist, and gosh, yes, we barely got through it. Now we need to speak with Kieran and Murdaugh, and we have a little bit of exploring to do because we also know about that secret passage in one of the rooms. Remember that the little girl saw when she climbed her tree and looked in the window. So let's see. Find out if there's anything good. Okay, if it's just potions and things, we'll probably just leave some of that because it's not necessary. Ooh. On the other hand, somebody's going to leave an enchanted mage robe. We're definitely going to grab that, right? Some arrows, and a rogue stone. We never know when we might need one of those. Rogue stones are rare and magical gems. See right here. Yeah, they're used for the gem jump spell. We'll hang on to that. Let's have Sana take a look at what we found. Translocation arrows. User is transported next to the target. Well, I don't know that we will ever use those, but that sounds cool. A traveler's robe. Let's see. This mage robe has been perfected for use by any rambling, itinerant mage that travels from town to town. Its enchantments provide protection from the bandit's arrow and from the jealous thief mage that lies in ambush with his stinking cloud. As with other robes of its kind, the traveler's robe can only be worn by mages. +1 versus missile attacks, +1 to save versus breath. It's not a bad low-level item. I don't think that we need it, though.
Ready.
Well, I didn't see any large mirrors here, so I'm guessing that secret door or portal that the little girl saw is probably on the ground floor, maybe over here in one of these rooms.
Agreed.
Alright, well, let's have Sana, our ex-barmaid, talk to Murdaugh over here. What's this? Why, look here, Mr. Kieran. It seems that Lady Dunmora has blessed your coffers this season after all. This hardy band of brave-looking souls will surely keep your kegs flowing well into the night. Well, let's see. We didn't actually come here for the drink, but Sana knows better than to say that, if that's what this guy's really excited about. And we know that this town is kind of economically depressed, too, so... That's the spirit. Kieran here is the good barkeep of the Whistling Gallows. He will gladly see to your refreshment, just as he so graciously nurtures my own fondness for libation. Ah, my dear Murdaugh, I'm afraid your fondness for libation, as you put it, has long since blossomed into a rather torrid love affair. One that has put a sizable dent in my stock, I might add. Come now, Kieran, you know that my heart is a cold and vacant tenement that will never again be occupied by such a fickle emotion as love. I drink because it is the only thing left that I do well. Well, okay. Well, you're awfully eloquent for an alcoholic, says Sana. My name is Murdaugh of Orkney, wandering bard and failure extraordinaire. Welcome to Lonelywood. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Failure extraordinaire. I love this guy. Let's see. Ah, a fellow entertainer. I too follow the path of the wandering bard. I'm flattered by your request, but I'm afraid there's no art left in me. The best I can manage these days are a few uninspired words accompanied by sour notes plucked from broken heartstrings. Stop being so dramatic, Murdaugh. Your silver tongue may be a bit tarnished from all the wine, but we still manage to squeeze a few good performances out of you from time to time. Well said, my friend. I would have to say that those few good performances were inspired by the excess of drink rather than the absence of it. Another washed-up bard who gets his talent from a bottle. The gutters of the realms are full of drunkards who would sing for a cup of wine. Okay, well here, how about we buy you a drink? Very well, you supply the coin, and I shall spin a tale, though I cannot promise you will get your money's worth. Let's see. Well, I mean, we can give him 1 gold piece, 5 gold, or 10 gold. 10 gold is nothing to us. We might as well just go all the way, right? Right? Milady, you honor me with this noble gesture. I would not dare to offend you by refusing such generosity. Very well, if it is a tale you desire, then a tale you shall have. Now, put yourselves at ease, my friends, for the story I am about to tell is a true account, and, like all truths, should be received with the utmost attention to detail. Go on. Oh, goodness. Oh, he's going to rhyme badly. There once was a time, many years ago, when my heart, like a smith's forge, was aglow with the brightly burning flames of passion. I was a bard, and as was the fashion, I travelled the land, stopping each night to perform for kind hosts, who would invite a wandering minstrel in for a meal. Each ballad I sang did always appeal to both nobility and commoner, for I did sing of virtue and honour, of fortune, glory, and other such things that strike the fancies of peasants and kings. Far and wide throughout the realms I did roam. Song was my life, the road was my home, until one day, as I happened by chance to be entertaining, with song and dance, a crowd of children from a nearby town, when along came a servant of the crown. A loyal steward of Orkney was he. In his hands he bore a royal decree, from which he read with a baritone voice, hear ye, let the kingdom rejoice. The princess of Orkney shall soon be wed to the king's magistrate, Lord Hugh the Red. His Majesty does graciously extend an invitation for all to attend tonight's festivities at the castle to honor his most worthy vassal. For the rest of his words I did not wait. Like an arrow I shot straight for the gate of the king's castle, where I did present my skills as a bard for the night's event. The king was kind, I'm pleased to report, for he welcomed me into his court and treated me as an honored guest. In return I did promise him my best, and even offered to compose a tune so lovely it would make his subjects swoon. Indeed, that night I did keep to my word, and sang such a ballad that none had heard. It was a rousing tale of blood and gold, of heroes, villains, of kingdoms of old. But as I performed my eyes did meet the gaze of an angel, lovely and sweet. 'Twas the young princess that captured my heart, and for her I sang with all of my art, pouring my soul out with each ringing note until no more sound would come from my throat. And when at last my performance did end, the king himself was the first to commend such a fine display of lyrical skill. He offered gold as a sign of goodwill, and he further insisted that I stay as an honored guest until the day his beloved daughter was to be wed to his chief magistrate, Lord Hugh the Red. I humbly agreed, though I did not know how strong my love for the princess would grow, for each passing day was spent at her side, and often upon horseback we did ride out into the forest near Castle Maluradek, where I would play music and she would talk of her betrothal to Lord Hugh the Red, and how she wished she were free instead to follow her heart and marry for love. Oh, how I prayed to the heavens above for the chance to make the princess my own, but Timora's dice had already been thrown. As I pined in vain, the nights quickly passed, and the day of the wedding came at last. But before the groom could offer his ring, the princess bride declared to the king that she loved another, and could not bear to marry the magistrate, and forswear her one true love. At which point she did turn, and spoke the words for which my heart did yearn. I love thee, Murdo, and were it my say, I would gladly marry you on this day. Upon hearing her words, the groom went pale. He turned to the king and started to rail on about law and tradition. He went begging his majesty not to consent, for the princess was of the noble line, and could not be wed to some low-born swine. The king was torn, for his daughter was dear, but the laws of the kingdom were quite clear, so in silence he stood shaking his head, till at last it was Lord Hugh the Red who proposed a solution, nay, a scheme, which at that moment in time it did seem to be a fair and noble compromise, for which I thought him to be very wise. He pointed out it was the king's right by law to bestow the title of knight upon any man who succeeds in a quest. In addition, he did further suggest that because I was not of noble birth, there was but one way to prove my worth. Journey to the north where the ice wind blows. There you must find the fabled glacier rose. The king did heed his magistrate's advice, and bade me quest for this rose made of ice, and decreed to all that should I succeed, the hand of the princess he would concede. So, with hope in my heart, I sallied forth, and began my journey through the frozen north. For 3 years I did search, both high and low, across seas of ice and mountains of snow. I visited all 10 towns of Icewind Dale, but alas, it seems I was destined to fail. After 4 long years I gave up my search, and traded my quest for this lonely perch. For it was here upon this very stool that I realized I'd been played for a fool. For as surely as the ice wind blows, there's no such thing as a glacier rose. Well, what a story. And it actually wasn't that bad. We swung back up again, as is tradition with Icewind Dale, where whenever they give you like a poem or something, the rhymes go back and forth between like not great and surprisingly good. Oh goodness. Wow, we don't really have any kind answers though, other than just a most excellent tale. Bye. Well, I don't want to tell him he's pathetic, but I don't want to end the conversation. Okay, well, that's actually a pretty sad story and a pretty good song or rhyme or whatever, a ballad. So I'm gonna try and compliment him. There we go. Let's see if he has anything else to say. Here we go. Ooh, and hey, look what else we have. So, the intrepid heroes return, eh? I trust your quest goes well. What brings you back to the Whistling Gallows? Well, first of all, we have that journal The one we've had since almost the beginning of the game. Let's see. This is a difficult piece, but I think I'm up to it. The Ballad of Dane Winterbrush. There we go. With the song in the air, a ghostly figure appears before you, shimmering and transparent. He still says, "Blade, my old blade, where's my blade?" Ah, but Murdaugh actually has questions to ask him. "Your blade, speak plainly, spirit." My blade, I don't know how to tell you any more clearly, my blade. A rousing tale to be sure, but the spirit is restless. It's looking for its old weapon. Perhaps if he could find it, he'd be at rest once again. Thanks. That is literally what we already knew. Okay, so it's just, if you don't have a bard in the party who can use the ballad themselves, then when you talk to Murdaugh, he's able to do it so that way you can complete the quest and get the information you need. Okay, well, can you give us any more information? As you wish. What is it you wish to know? Tell me about Lonely Wood. There's not much to tell, really. Lonely Wood's the northernmost of the 10 towns. It's also one of the smallest settlements in the Dale. The folk that live here are mostly common tradesmen seeking to earn a living away from the fierce competition between the larger towns. Okay, well, we know about NPCs, so let's just ask him about the war. It is no rumor. There have been numerous reports of a huge army of tribesmen moving southward into the Dale. I assure you the threat of the barbarians posed to Lonely Wood and the rest of the towns is very real. So do you know where this camp is? I can't say that I do. However, you see that rugged dwarven gentleman at that table over there. I believe he might be able to point you in the right direction. Alright, well, why would the barbarians have an army? The barbarians have been long at odds with the 10 towns since the first settlers arrived in the Dale. The events of late are simply a prelude to another bloody chapter in the history of Icewind Dale. Shouldn't we be preparing for an attack? If the barbarians set their gaze upon this town, I fear there is little we could do to stop them. When and if the attack comes, we'll fight to the end. However, with the mere handful of swords we can muster, it'll be like attempting to halt an avalanche with a whisper. What about the other towns? Lonely Wood's far too remote and insignificant a community to warrant the protection of the larger towns. No, if war comes, they'll scurry to the safety of their own walls and watch as the barbarians burn Lonely Wood to the ground. Fair enough. Well, that was a lot of useful information anyway. So, we've still got to explore this area right down here. But before we do... See, if we can get away with it and he's not going to get mad at us for going down here, then yeah, let's open this door first. Ah, there we go. There's the secret door we were looking for. And we can go back and speak with him. And let's see, is there anything else? No, it just looks like this chest right here. Let's see if Motmic finds anything. Okay, doesn't look like there are any traps. The noise whenever you click on something and it's locked makes me nervous because it's the same sound effect they use for when you step on a trap and accidentally activate it. Ooh, another mage's robe. Let's have Sana take a look at it. She can identify that. Robe of the Neutral Archmagi. We've not seen one of those yet. This powerful mage robe offers protection from all forms of physical attack, while at the same time increasing one's magic resistance and saving throws due to the nature of its enchantment. It can only be worn by wizards of neutral alignment. Well, guess what? Do you know what we have in our party? A wizard of neutral alignment. Now, of course, this is already, you know, this is better. because that's AC 3 and saving throws plus 2, versus spell or whatever, 10% magic resistance. So this is great. Would have been awesome at the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, not better than her Robe of the Watcher, because this one just has better bonuses overall. So, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, that just means that it's confirming how good this robe actually is. So, hey, no harm done, right? Alright, well, wonder what he would be doing with a mage's robe. I suppose we should talk to him and find out.
Sounds good to me.
Well met, strangers. Welcome to the Whistling Gallows Inn. I'm Kieran Nye, proprietor of this fine establishment. How may I be of service? Well, perhaps you could answer a few questions. Certainly. What is it you wish to know? And we could just ask him, why is there a door hidden behind the mirror in your bedroom? Oh, goodness gracious. So, your accent sounds strange. Are you from around here? You have a keen ear, my observant guest. I am from far south, from Tethier, to be precise. However, I've always admired the rustic beauty of the northern frontier. So, I chose to make Lonelywood my new home. Whistling Gallows is a strange name for an inn. Aye, 'tis strange, yet well-deserved. You see, the original owner of this inn was a less than reputable man Man? Skeld was no man. He was a brutal savage, a half-ogre. He took pleasure in beating unruly patrons within an inch of their lives, and those who had the misfortune of truly upsetting the brute found themselves dancing at the end of a rope. Yes, and 'tis said he was fond of using that dead tree out front as a sort of impromptu gallows. Back then, the inn was known as Skeld's Place. However, it didn't take long for word of Skeld's cruelty to spread. Indeed, many a traveller that lodged here at the inn spent a sleepless night lying in bed listening to the eerie sound of the cold winter wind as it whistled through the frozen corpses dangling from the tree outside. However, that unfortunate business is all in the past. Skeld is dead and buried, and now I'm the proprietor of this inn. The only legacy that remains of Skeld's brief yet brutal tenure is the establishment's name, the Whistling Gallows Inn. What can you tell us about the barbarians? I know very little about the threat, save that I believe it is very real. A dolorous pall now hangs over the residents of this town, bewitching them with unease. What about that camp? No, but I did overhear that dwarven fellow talking about his encounter with a barbarian scouting party. Perhaps he may know the location of their camp. You may want to ask him yourself. Okay, so I'm going to do a safety here, and then I'm going to ask him just straight up, why do you have a door hidden behind the mirror in your bedroom? Because I want to see what he says. Shh, lower your voice, please. I've gone to great lengths to keep that room a secret. Behind that door are the remnants of a life I wish to leave behind. Do you understand? Maybe? I see you won't be satisfied until you've pried this secret from me. Very well, if you must know, I am an exile from an organization so paranoid and extreme that they would slay me for daring to break from their tentacular grasp. This organization is known as the Host Tower of the Arcane. Based in Luskan, they are a group of malefic wizards bent on gaining personal power at all costs. I quickly grew tired of their scheming and deigned to leave. Even now they search for me. I hide here in the hope that I can lead a life as carefree as these settlers. Please, my friend, do not tell a soul of my past. Alright, sure. In exchange for your silence, you have my eternal gratitude. In addition, I can give you access to some rare and powerful magical devices that I've gathered over the years. Ooh, hey. Cool. Forgot about that. So yeah, it unlocks him as a magic shop, basically, when you agree not to tell anybody about his secret. And I think that we can trust him because, of course, he had a robe of the neutral archmagi, not evil. So I think that we're good. So, because it doesn't work like if you're neutral evil, I don't think that you can wear it because you're still evil and the evil part dominates. So you have to be chaotic neutral, lawful neutral, or true neutral. It has to be that second component. Yeah, the Host Tower of the Arcane's it's a rough place. They are kind of like the wizard mafia, and they run the town of Luskin, which is mostly like a pirate haven. So there you go, a little Forgotten Realms lore for you. Let's see what he's got. Dagger of Safe Harbor +3. Oh, Odaluk's Resilient Sphere once per day. Zilzanzer's Magnificent Dart. Throw up to 5 darts in a single round, regardless of class. Zainlafar's Flying Skull. Okay, you throw this to create a small fireball. Thrim Extract. Cold resistance 100%. Goodness, but if you fail your save, it deals 8d6 fire damage. Goodness gracious. Yeah, harvested from the glands of dead polar worms. Jameson's Sling +4. And that is just +4, so I don't think that's as good as the one Keishara has, but we'll double check. And a Scarlet and Blue Ion Stone, +1 to Intelligence. Hey, that's not bad at all, although I think everybody's got a helmet at this point. Let's see. I don't think that he's got a lot of spells that we really necessarily need. He's got a couple we don't have, like Wizard Eye. Let's see. Phantom Blade, Conjure Elementals. He's got some decent ones, though. Goodness gracious. Ah, and there we go. Hey. A gem bag. Needed that. A scroll case. And a potion bag. Hey! Alright. Honestly, that by itself was worth it. Got our inventory containers back. There we go. The other bag of holding. Excellent. So now as we come across anything extra, we can chuck it into the appropriate container. Don't need those anymore. She's kind of outgrown them. I'm going to double check here and see. Clear Ion Stone. Deep Red Ion Stone, which is Dexterity +1. Yeah, everybody's got a helmet, so we'll leave that Ion Stone as it is. Okay.
Agreed.
I do still want to take a look at this room, though. Okay, and there is a shelf right over here. Just has a scroll of 7 eyes. Well. Ooh. There we go.
Agreed.
Okay. Well. A rose for Murdaugh, so yes. This does add a quest. There we go. No such rose exists in the realm, but it can't hurt to keep our eyes out. So I think that about does it for Lonely Wood. We have visited the Gravedigger, the Cooper's Place. We did talk to the dwarf, Rolled Tunnel Fist, before we left, and got stuck in the trials of the Luremaster thanks to Hobart's shenanigans. So, I think the only thing that I would like to do before we move along is I am going to go back up here to the Cooper's place, and we're going to see whether maybe, after talking to all 3 members of the little family here, if perhaps they've managed to patch things up.
We'll see about that.
Alright, well,
Done.
she seems to be holding up her end.
Okay.
Spoke to your wife at the inn. There we go, my wife. Yes, she said she'd spoken to some newcomers to town. It must have been you. I don't know what you said to her, but well, things should be different around here. Thank you. Nice. Oops. Let's see, we came across Haley at the town well. Okay, so what we haven't done is go back down here to the well and talk to Haley since we spoke to her mom. So we will take a gander down there and just see if there's any additional dialogue or anything like that. And then I think that it's about time for us to move out.
I'm ready.
Good. Sana is excited to go. Here we go. Oh gosh. Stop throwing briar cones at Purvis. I put an enchantment on him. You did not. Let's see. Okay, well,
I'm on it.
I think that that's about it then. So, what we're going to do is we want to make absolutely certain, because we have a couple of spell slots, you know, already used up, that everybody's rested, everybody's fully healed. So we're going to sleep until daytime, and then let's get out of here.
Sounds good to me.
Sana's voice lines are very timely in this episode.
Sounds good to me.
Let's see. Go lodging for the night. We'll stay in the royal room.
I'm on it.
Okay. Now we should be coming back to Lonely Wood at some point because, of course, otherwise, you know, how would we be able to bring Murdaugh his glacier rose? Nevertheless, I've made an effort to do everything that I think that we reasonably can do here. I think that's about it. So, it's time to move on. It's been a while in coming, but now that we're free of that awful castle, there we go, the barbarian camp. Since we talked to Rold, we know where it is.
I'm on it.
You're not welcome here, Outlander. Away with you. I'm here to see your leader. Oh no, we're surrounded, guys. No one sees Wilfdane without good cause. What do you want of him? Okay, well, we're actually not a delegate of the 10 towns. And if we say that, probably it's going to cause trouble because that one guy, that suspicious dude that came through Lonelywood has like already been here, and he was an official delegate of the 10 towns. So let's say it's a private matter for his ears only. Oh, they're going to force it. Okay, well. So, the spineless fishmongers want peace, do they? So, I wouldn't call them spineless just because they don't want to go to war. If they had any backbone, they'd stand before Wolfdane themselves. Instead, they send a stranger. Okay, well, just let us see him. Very well. I'll take you before him. Come. Okay, there come the others. I was about to say, are they only taking Hatheland? Because if you have to pick one person, like, I'd rather you take, like, Sana. Or maybe Keishara. One of the smart ones. Here we go. Crunch time.
Blessed and guided by the spirit of Jared, once king of the tribe of the bear, now king of the tribe of the great worm.
That's a big change. Also, your accent does not match mine. Mine is much more interesting.
Son of Faingar the Fearless, slayer of the dwarven spy in single combat with a single stroke of his blade, slayer of the great bear.
Enough. Your words honor me, but they are wasted on these outlanders. They know nothing of our ways and must surely find such things tedious.
No, go on, says
And
Hatheland.
perhaps at another time you shall. For now, however, I would know why you have come before me.
We'll talk to him about that in a moment. I don't want to waste his time, and I don't know if that'll upset him, so we'll say we're from the 10 Towns.
I was not aware that our peoples were at war. Perhaps the fact that savages have gathered at your doorstep prompted your visit.
Well, fair enough, but... yeah, the tribes have attacked 10 towns before. They just wish to avoid any future confrontation. Or should we just say, I don't think of your people as savages? I mean, like, we probably don't. This seems like the more complicated answer. What do you think? Each of those could go either way. So should we play nice or They're both diplomatic in different ways. Okay, I think let's stick with number 1.
With respect, an interesting word for an outlander to use. Is this the same respect shown to us when the 10 Towns stole our lands?
That really hits home, but we know he's being manipulated or that something else is going on here, so let's see. Here we go. Perhaps because of the nomadic nature of the tribes, they didn't know they were taking your land.
Our peoples have known of each other for centuries, Outlander. When the 10 Towns decided to settle here, they knew full well what they were doing. You cannot claim ignorance in this affair.
Okay, well, there's plenty of room.
Room for all? Your civilization has spread across Faerun like a plague of locusts. To the east, west, and south, the land reeks with the stench of your cities. Here in the north, the land remained pure until your people discovered the fish of the lakes. Now your pestilence strikes here as well. What new discovery will lead your people even further into our lands? What other treasures will you steal from us? No, there will be no room for my people here. You will press on, driving us further north, until the land ends and the cold kills us.
Okay, well, how about a treaty so they don't expand anymore?
We have no interest in treaties or in setting limits. Instead, we will take back what is rightfully ours. Only then will we be safe.
Okay.
So you say, Outlander, but you know nothing of what you speak. My people have already been driven far from their ancestral lands. One only needs to look at a map to see the truth of my words. Our tribes once roamed freely from the spine of the world in the south to the endless sea in the north. Now, we cannot travel south beyond Kelvin's cairn without your leave. Fully half of our ancestral lands are denied us.
Okay, well, like, that's fair, but, like, let's work together on this.
Well said, Outlander. So, what common ground should we build this foundation upon? Would trade suffice? No. We are a simple people, with nothing that you would find of value. Cultural ties, perhaps? No. We are nomadic in nature, and cannot abide the confining cities in which you thrive. Spiritually? No. Even now, our most holy site, Jared's Stone, is denied to us, sealed away beneath an Outlander temple.
He seems really determined to do this war thing, doesn't he? Okay, well, we know the truth of Jared's Stone, but, let's start with, like, isn't Tempest your god, too?
We worship Tempas, not Tempus. Your people have even gone so far as to change his name and deny us even that small link.
Okay, but lots of gods are called by different names. He's the same dude.
So you feel names and titles have no value, Outlander? To us, a name defines us as a people and carries with it honor and respect. Yet you would dare to make light of it, even when a god's name is concerned. You insult us.
Okay, you really want this, so... Yeah, like, we've tried to reason with you, but you keep twisting our words.
If I believed you to be a delegate of the 10 towns that you claim to be, then we could come to terms. However, you are not what you seem, Outlander.
Okay, rude.
Look at you. Are armor and blades the trappings of a diplomat? I think not.
Okay, now, I am gonna call that out, like... Be fair, your people are a warrior people. Would you actually respect someone who came to you without armor and weaponry? Like, would you truly respect the words of a non-warrior if they sent one as a diplomat? So, like, that's a little hypocritical.
It is more likely that you are an assassin, sent to slay me, just like the last delegate sent by the 10 towns. You will find his head outside my tent.
Okay. That's the suspicious guy that we talked about. That, you know, we discovered had stayed with, what's his name, who's sort of the mayor of Lonelywood. Okay, well, we're not
Then
assassins.
you're a spy sent by the 10 towns to learn of our strengths and weaknesses. In either case, I cannot let you leave this tent alive.
Okay, that's a really bad decision.
Stay your hand, mighty Wolfdane. These strangers bear our people no malice, upon my oath.
Thank you. There you are, finally.
I know this, for it was I who bade them to appear before this council.
You could have said that like a long time ago.
I see. Tell me, Yondalla, why would you do such a thing?
Their coming was foretold by a vision. I have been to the other side, great king. The spirits have shown me these heroes and other images that speak the will of Tempas. If Tempas has called these strangers to us, then surely we cannot dishonor ourselves by slaying them within the hallowed halls of Hengoro.
Very well. If it is the will of Tempas, then I will hear more of it. Tell me of your vision, Yondalla. Why are these outlanders among our people?
I do not know. The vision was unclear as to what purpose they must serve, but it must...
Unclear? You dare to stand before me, speak the will of Tempas, and yet you are unclear as to what our Lord demands of us?
Okay, rude.
How can you wear the mantle of a shaman if his voice does not ring true throughout your very being? I will hear nothing more from you, Yondalla. You have failed your people and me.
Right, he went from 0 to 60 real quick.
From this day forward, you shall be exiled to the burial isle. contemplate your failure until you join with our ancestors.
Dang, man. Make that 0 to 100.
As for these outlanders, I will not contest even the flawed vision of a shaman. If it is the will of Tempest that they live, then so be it. Remove them from my sight.
Well, I was actually kind of hoping that he would, like, you know, that he would attack us, because I got tired of his, I got tired of him real quick. And now I'm even more tired. Like, man, I really wanted to reason with him. I did my best, but, dang. Old Outlander, you'll go no further than this. Wolfdane has ordered your death, and I'm to see it done. Oh, really? Were I not a man of honor, I would have ambushed you from behind. Okay, why does he want us to die? I don't know. It's not my place to question Wolfdane. And Yondalla was banished to the Burial Isles. What about him? It is a bleak place. He'll either starve, or the cold will kill him. And he can't just leave? The only way off the island is by boat, and there are none. Were he to try and swim to shore, the water's chill would surely kill him. Except he's a shaman, so he probably has class levels in Druid, which means he can just turn into a fish or cast Endure Elements. That is kind of a plot hole. Just a small one. It lies in the middle of the lake, near Lonelywood. It's some distance from the shore and can only be reached by boat. So is it your place to question the visions of a shaman? They are the voice of Tempest. Though they're visions, we know his will. I do not question the will of Tempest. Okay, and so Yondalla said I was going to be here, right? Yes, I was at the audience when he spoke before Wolfdane. So if it's the will of Tempest that I serve a greater purpose, attacking me is defying Tempest. You are free to go, Outlander. Leave this place and do not return. I wash my hands of this affair. Alright. Well. Well, that didn't go very well. In fact, I would go so far as to say that was double plus ungood. Got some level ups, though. That's great. Well, that's a real shame. I had, you know, hoped that, not very strongly, of course, but I had hoped that we might find some way of, you know, reasoning with them. But I guess that it's not to be, so... Okay, well, I guess we go on from here then. There's not much else that we can really do, so... we will just have to, unfortunately, see what we can do about rescuing Yondalla, I think. Because I sincerely doubt that they're going to let us back in there to, you know, like, talk with him again and try to reason with him anymore. He's already killed one dude. Very unfortunate. So, but of course, you know, the plot is the plot, so I guess it's about the best that it could have gone. Alright, let's ask Angar here some questions. So tell us about that assassin. An outlander came here claiming he was a delegate of the 10 towns. He was granted an audience just as you were. During the audience, Wolfdane claimed the man was an assassin or a spy. Well, we got 84,000 XP just for asking about that. What did he do? Wulfthane tortured him. I witnessed what was done to him, and were it me, I would have admitted to anything to end the pain. What did he admit to? He claimed the Council of the Ten Towns sent him, and that the representative in Lonelywood had paid him. He died before he could say what he had been paid for. Oh, so he's not convinced that the man was an assassin. Okay, well, that's all that he's interested in telling us. Fair enough, I guess. Okay. Well, that's that for now. So, I think what we need to do is go over here and talk to the mayor, or whatever his proper office is, because he is the one who spoke to the guy, and in fact the dude who was claimed to be an assassin stayed at his house, remember? So let's see if he knows anything more about him. You know, some money changed hands and that kind of stuff, so gotta be something up. Hey, where is he? Where's his wife? Okay, wait, there she is. Alright. If I remember correctly, he likes to hang out upstairs in his office. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Let's have Sana talk to him. It's been too long. I can't remember his voice. Welcome back, my friends. What can I do for you this day? So, what about this assassin? Assassin? Don't be ridiculous. Who's been filling your heads with such lies? Yeah, you really can, I think. Especially because, most of Skyrim's soundtrack, if not all of it, was done by Jeremy Soule, and Jeremy Soule absolutely did the music for Icewind Dale. So yeah, that is a direct line. Let's see. Even if these accusations were true, you cannot prove that I had anything to do with it. Well, after we've dealt with this, I intend to bring this matter before the council. All right, it's true. An assassin was hired to kill the barbarian leader, but I swear to you, it wasn't my idea. They made me go along with it. Go on, we're listening. Last month, the council met to discuss reports of a new barbarian king who was rallying the tribes to make war on the 10 towns. As usual, none of the towns could agree on a course of action. As a matter of fact, the meeting had to be adjourned prematurely to avoid arguments from escalating into fisticuffs. That same night, several of the council members, myself included, met in secret to discuss the matter further. It was during this meeting that the assassination plot was proposed. Of course, I was naturally opposed to such a dishonorable solution, but the others told me I had no choice. They threatened to use their influence to remove me from the council if I didn't go along with the plan. I was instructed to return home at once and not to say a word to anyone about the plot. They said that they would handle the hiring of the assassin, and that I need only to act as the killer's contact in Lonelywood. Several nights later, the one-eyed stranger showed up at my door. He said only that he was sent by the council and that he was in need of lodging. I was terrified that someone would see us together, so I invited him in. He seemed a decent enough fellow, who spoke a great deal that night, mostly about politics in the Dale, for I was too fearful to bring up the topic of the assassination plot. The next morning he left for the camp, and I never saw him again. That's all I know. You've got to believe me. I didn't want to have any part of this assassination business, but I had no choice. The others would have ruined me if I opposed them. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so we believe you, but you are not entirely blameless. You could have had the courage to stand up for what's right. I suppose you're right. I've acted like a selfish coward. I should have exposed this treachery before the council when I had the chance. Well, it's not too late. You've got a point. I am still the council representative, and as such I believe it's my duty to report this matter before the entire council at our next meeting. Thank you for making that clear to me. Okay, well. Progress.
I'm on it.
And you know what progress means? Levels. Ooh. A 6th level spell slot. And an 8th level spell slot. Hey, hey. Let's see. We'll have another Bolt of Glory. And let's see. It really is. Mind Blank and Incendiary Cloud. Let's have... Man. Improved Mantle only lasts for a few rounds, which is not great. Monster Summoning has been Sana's gimmick. Let's do a Simulacrum. That way, Keishara can basically create a double of herself that can also cast a bunch of her spells. That's sure to be useful.
Done.
Let's see if his wife has anything to say about this. She was unhappy here before. Yeah, that's exactly. It will draw enemy fire. Let's see. Okay, so she's not saying anything new or different. Oh, yeah, everyone's very tired. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm on it.
Well, let's go get some rest.
I think it's time for bed.
Yep, we're all agreed.
Getting pretty tired.
They're all chiming in now. It was a 16-hour walk there and back.
I'm on it.
Like one way.
We'll see about that.
Okay, lodging, royal. There we go.
Agreed.
Exactly. It's been 84 years.
Agreed.
Or longer. Okay. Well. Alright. Looks like what we need to do then... Trapper's cabin. Boats. They said there weren't any boats. But we know that somebody was working on one. Let's go see if maybe it's finished, and we can take that out to the burial isle and rescue Yondalla. That's what I'm thinking. Here we go, yep. Let's see. Can you take us to the burial isle, young Ned? Aye. Wait, no! But, wait, what should we want to go out there for? Only the dead be on that isle, and they aren't moved on just yet, if ye get me meaning. No, we really need to go. Fine, fine, I suppose I can take you. Do you want to leave right now? Well, no time like the present. Okay. This burning pit contains the remains of several humans. Appears to have been used recently. Yeah, I imagine that folks here probably are in favor of burning the dead if leaving a corpse means they're going to come back. Let's see if Ned has anything to say about this place. Ah, ahoy, mateys. What can young Ned do for ye now? Nothing, apparently. Okay. Well, let's get our buffs on. And then, let's get our adventure on. Oh, that was quick. We'll let them come to us. Ooh. Ghost Shaman. Stop them! Ooh. That's a flame strike. They have some busted armor.
That comes for you. I'll do my best to keep myself out of trouble.
A busted shield. Well, that's, I don't even know that I'd call that a lukewarm reception. I might call that a chilly reception. I might call that very poor reception. Adjust your antenna. I don't remember how big this place is. Okay, it's all on one map. There is, yeah, an area with stairs right there.
You would do well to fear a woman's wrath.
Oh, hey. Winterwolf pelt. Get him. Dog pile.
A little fire and lightning should light things up.
Oh, Lord. Here come the puns. I knew it.
Fire and lightning should light things up.
The butcher's work, then.
There's another one. Alright, so, yeah, this is going to be kind of similar to the Veil of Shadows. Listen, don't blame me. You chose this. But this is going to be kind of similar to the Veil of Shadows in that we're going to go around, we're going to fight a lot of undead, and then occasionally there's going to be like a tomb we can go inside of. Top levels of this tower appear to have fallen apart due to poor workmanship and stressful winds. Necromancer's Tower. Well, that doesn't sound good. Let's go ahead, though, and we will continue sort of clearing out the trash poles before we, let's see, drown dead. Oof. What, judging the, is that... Is that judging the comment about the poor workmanship, or the fact that they just automatically assume it's a necromancer's tower when we haven't been inside? Yep, it looks like a necromancer lives here to me. Oh, you know what we need to do? Hatheland should wear, there we go, the Axe of Caged Souls. Since these are undead. Well, I guess it depends on the undead, you know. Like, there's no reason that just because you're, you know, a lich or a vampire means that you have to live in a hovel. You can have a little pride in your home. Barrows again. Okay. This, yeah, I should just go back over here. Alright, we're gonna have to decide where to start. Polar bear spirit. Trespassers! Trespassers! Trespassers? You are foreigners, not dead and tainted by evil. Leave now. You make the spirits angry. Tainted by evil? Your souls are diseased. Your presence on this island angers the dead. Leave now or I will tear you apart. Okay, can we make it better? I do not know. I am a beast gifted with speech to honor my strength. I protect this island from trespassers. Leave now. Okay, well, we can't go anywhere. If you will not leave, you will join the dead. Oh, wow, I really don't want to kill him.
Time
But we're gonna, huh?
I'm not sure about this.
Here we go. Split up. Goodness. Ooh. Well, I didn't want to do that. The snow on this altar helps to conceal the faded bloodstains that decorate its gray surface. Well, maybe he was an evil bear. After all, he did attack us first. You all saw it. Okay. Another barrow. Let's head this way. Well. Some graves. Yeah, large piles of rocks form the cairns of fallen warriors. Well, we'll just leave those be. Oh! Skaldar. Leave this place, outsider. The living are not welcome here. Who are you? I am the spirit of Skaldar, shaman of the wolf tribe. I died many years ago in a great battle with the elk tribe. My remains were placed on this once hallowed ground as a tribute to my valor. You mean once hallowed? Not long ago, one of our chieftains rose from his barrow, possessed by a foreign spirit. His spirit left a black mark on this land like a wild wolf's footprint in the snow. You carry that same mark on you. Okay, can we get rid of this mark and restore sanctity to the island? Do not ask foolish questions. The sanctity of our holy sites is like the virginity of those who lie with our dead chieftains. Once it is lost, nothing can be done to restore it. Wow, okay. A spoiled fish will never be fresh again. As for the mark, find he who carries the spirit. Destroy the spirit and you will eventually be cleansed. Go now. I have more questions, though. When I told you that the living were not welcome here, you must not have understood. I will say it again. Leave, Outlanders, or the spirits of this island will rend you limb from limb. I don't want to fight you, but I'm gonna. Because you ticked me off. I've tried to be nice. I've been so diplomatic. I have done everything that I could to be polite, to be courteous, to be helpful. And y'all are, honest to goodness, just super rude. So you know what? Rest in pieces. These appear to be the remains of barbarian shamans. Yup, they are. They've been lashed to wooden platforms for exposure to the elements. Well, now they've been exposed to the element of fire. It's like Persona style. To the element of gun. The element of sword. Listen.
I'll do my best to keep myself out of trouble.
Doodly-doo, collecting shiny rocks.
Orders?
Put all these in our gem bag. And we got another level up. Awesome. A proficiency slot. There's not a whole lot to really do. Let's see. He's got, like, Ninjato, dagger, of course. Knees, quarterstaff, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, you're gonna feel my wrath when I die from that horrible pun and haunt you. Let's see. There we go. Good. And Sana as well. Didn't she just level up? 3 and 4. Not that I'm, like, complaining. Stone skin for her, too. Oh, hey, Astrid leveled up. She just got hit points, though. And let's see. They've got a pain spell on. It'll wear off shortly.
I'm on it.
This lighthouse does not appear to be a barbarian construction. Seems to have been abandoned. I wonder who put it there. Okay, well, let's see. We didn't get to ask him about Yolder because I was busy trying to be diplomatic, and apparently being polite caused them to stop answering my questions. It's a place we can't quite get to over there. Don't have a dimension door spell, unfortunately. There'll be a way that we can get over there, though, don't worry. Man. Here a barrow, there a barrow, everywhere a barrow. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, well, so what do y'all think? Shall we start with one of these barrows, or should we head for this necromancer's tower? Perhaps. I feel like here is a person who might have some information. At the very least. Tower it is. Let's see what this lovely neighborhood homeowner has got to say. I love that it's a bit of a spoiler. Like, it's just labeled Necromancer's Tower, and the dot thing is like, you know, orange, like threatening orange compared to all of these green ones. You know, you have no idea what's in there. But it's a Necromancer's Tower, though. Well. Adion Caradoc. It's entirely possible. I won't spoil that part for you. Greetings, adventurers. I am... Edion, what brings you to the burial isle? Bless you. My name is Edion Caradoc. I live here on this island. I am a fisherman. Sure. That's why there's a giant sign outside on your house that says Necromancer's Tower. Are you sick? Most perceptive. Yes, I am ill. It's been bothering me for about a year now, but it will end soon. That sounds ominous. I was once a wizard, a necromancer. I was the ally of knights and kings in a nation far to the south. I was a part of many great and horrible adventures. That's... Seems so long ago now. So what happened? 3 years ago, I was part of a struggle to protect Tethir from a bleak cabal of wizards and murderous thugs. Individually, they were not powerful. However, they were well organized and had access to devastating magical rituals. I thought the Bleak Cabal were a Planescape faction. The most powerful of these rituals was a ceremony that involved dozens of blood sacrifices and days of arcane observances. They performed this ritual to eliminate me, the most direct threat to their ascendancy. And how did that go for you? I am infected by negative energy, and there is no way to be rid of it short of divine intervention. Casting spells quickens the pace of the disease, causing pain, rage, and eventually death. So there's no cure, huh? Vaccines work. Only a deity has the power to cure my ailment. However, I am content to simply live out the rest of my days on this isle. The fish are plentiful. The visitors are not, and it is a quiet place to die. Few men could ask for more at the end of their days. Well, for a necromancer, he seems pretty heroic, which is nice, because you don't see that often. Necromancers are very often just automatically evil. That's like your default bad guy wizard tradition or arcane school. So it's nice to see, you know, like a good aligned necromancer represented or what have you. So, you're really just going to go out like this, huh? Death is change. But... it is not the end. Every man is responsible for his own life. I choose to let mine run its course. Do not worry about me. There are far more fish in this lake than there are sunsets left in my life. I love that then the conclusion that your characters arrive at is, oh, well, you must be loaded with magic equipment you're not going to need soon. How about you sell some of that stuff? We'll get back to that, but first, can you tell us about the island? Well, the barbarians use this island to bury their heroes and chieftains. Most of them are buried underground, but eventually they ran out of room, and they occasionally bury their heroes on the surface. Recently, something happened on the island that angered the spirits. I believe it was caused by the appearance of an evil spirit on the island, but I cannot say for certain. So, let's see. Can we pacify the spirits? Everyone else that we've asked this question of has turned out to be like a real jerk about it, but you seem nice. It is possible, but I doubt it. The barbarians have very strong beliefs about sanctity. Once something or someone is tainted in their eyes, it is hard for it to be redeemed. This is foreshadowing, by the way, because when they find out that their king has been possessed by, like, a D-bag ghost, they're probably not going to want to follow him anymore. See? See how that follows? See how that line leads there? So, what about these magic items, though? Yes. But I am far more interested in buying magical weapons and armor than selling my magic items. The spirits on this island appreciate gifts in the form of a fine sword or a stout suit of armor. Okay, we already basically asked him this. I'm not interested in buying your items. Give them to me! No. Let's see what he's got. Edion's Ring of Wizardry. Doubles your 5th level spells. Oh, and he didn't actually say where he was from, but here it tells you he's from Sembia. Oldcaster Academy Ring. Save versus spell +2. Larlock's Minor Drain 3 times a day. Horror, Vampiric Touch. Yeah, they got some good ones. A Cyclocone. Oh my gosh, that's a pointy wizard hat. Gives you +1 AC and allows you to cast Whirlwind. Cynicism +4. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like a rapier, right? One-handed sword. Its name is Cynicism. We've got to read, like, the description here. We have to know the story. Okay, in 834 DR, a wizard named Legidane the Wiser, Legidane, yeah, I feel like I've probably got at least Cynicism +3 or better myself. Caught a renowned thief breaking into his tower. The thief was a cynical burglar named Ilfane Blackfeather. Legidane was growing old and becoming tired of his frail body. To remedy the situation, he cast Magic Jar and forced Ilfane's spirit into a host gem. Legidane then transferred his soul into the young elf's body and left the gem on a shelf nearby. 100 years later, Legidane decided to do something with it. He created a sword for his arrogant bodyguard, Gundak, and transferred Ilfane's spirit from the host gem into the sword. Ilfane, always highly critical in life, started telepathically criticizing Gundak in combat. Gundak became annoyed with the sword after 2 weeks and threw it into the street. A series of warriors picked it up and discarded it after short periods of ownership. Over time, the weapon has simply come to be known by its current name. Find traps once a day, knock once a day, and it's a +2 weapon. But also it harangues you and criticizes your fighting style. Love it. Girdle of Ogre Blood. Hey, regenerate hit points. And also summon 5 ogres once a day. Nice. We like health regeneration. See, Shield of the Revenant. Undead Ward once per day. Bracers of Blasting. Shout and Greater Shout eats once per day. And also some spells. Including some that Kieran did not have. Ooh, Dimension Door, hey. We're going to go ahead, actually, and we're going to take that because that was available before and we didn't pick one up. And I think that now we should. We're going to grab a Sunfire as well. But yeah, it's because we know that there's that place up there towards the north that we could potentially teleport to. So maybe we can, use Dimension Door for that. Let's see. Soul Eater. That's a very good spell. Nasty, but good. Ooh, that's a good debuff. It just does not last it long enough, though, in game turns. Power Word Blind. Improved Haste. Only works on one creature, but still. Not bad. Slade, Spell Deflection, Wizard Call, or Wyvern Call, Wyvern Call. Limited Wish. Wizards with low wisdom will more often than not meet with disaster when asking for a wish. I mean, we can't not take a wish spell, right? Mantle, Pierce Shield. Let's see. Maze. Ooh, Meteor Swarm. Wail of the Banshee, Energy Drain, Black Blade of Disaster. Oh, jackpot. Meteor Swarm we definitely want. Wail of the Banshee, that's dangerous because it's centered on you, so everyone who fails their save versus death just dies. Let's see. Energy Drain. Yeah, this is really nasty. It just permanently, steals 2 levels from the target. Black Blade of Disaster is pretty nice. It's like Mordenkainen's sword, but even better. Because, see, yeah, whenever someone hits a target, they have to save or be disintegrated. Shape change. Freedom. Feel like we should probably take that just because that's the only way to cancel a maze spell, and like he's selling it for cheap. So if we don't buy it, someone will get maze cast on them, and then where will we be? Okay. You know what? Let's grab that energy drain too. Why not? And Black Blade of Disaster. We're not using our money. We haven't been for a while. And okay, of course we can come back here, but so let's see. Sunfire, Dimension Door. Oh, do we already have Dimension Door? Well, now we have 2 of it. Limited Wish. What is your wisdom? 14. That's not bad. Meteor Swarm, of course. Freedom, yes. Energy Drain, yes. Black Blade of Disaster. Alright. I don't really like it when money becomes completely, like, irrelevant, but I like having enough that I don't have to worry about spending it. Well, let's see, so... Meteor Swarm, of course, is a really powerful area of effect attack. Power Word Kill... A lot of stuff's going to be immune to that unless it's lower level anyway, and things like the undead, it's not going to work on them or be useful, so... Let's see here. There's Limited Wish. We'll wait till we get another spell slot for that. Do we have a Dimension Door? You know, we don't. We should. Fire Shield Red is kind of, like, specific, so we'll trade out for that. Oh, you mean from, like, the David Eddings books. I remember that quote. Let's see. Yes. Knock. I was looking for the freedom spell that we just bought. Where is it? Where's our freedom? Freedom! 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 We've not really used Phantom Blade, I don't think. Yeah, because that gives her like a magical melee weapon. Let's trade that out for a Sunfire. Be more useful. I cannot find the freedom spell. I forgot what level it is. Is that cold, fire? That's missiles. Magic, spell thrust. Vampiric touch. Oh no. Resilient Sphere, Secret Word. That's Teleport Field. I mean, you would think. I'm pretty sure that it was, because it's not an attack spell, but... I was looking at lower levels, and it's like... Is that? Oh, that's why, because it's a 9th level spell. I didn't look for it down there because it costs like 650 gold. But Maze is a high level spell, so it makes sense. The actual like freedom spell is the flip side of imprisonment, which I believe is a 9th level spell in 2nd edition. So that's appropriate, but it's because they use it differently, and in here it's only the counter for Maze, which is like I think a 7th or 8th level spell. So just looking for it in the wrong place. Let's see. You. Oh, we have to teach her the spell. That's right. She's got that one. Okay, so that should be 4th level. And let's see. Hopelessness. I think we can ditch that. There we go. Okay, well. Huey. I'm going to save. We're going to have to rest to make certain that they memorize all of those new spells. And then let's put our buffs back on. And I think that's going to be the end of our time for this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and keep casting these buffs, but for now, we will call it here. And we'll pick back up next Saturday, same time as always, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is Miami and New York time here in the U.S. And I hope that you'll join me then for some more Icewind Dale as we finish up the barrows that we have to explore out here. And we'll just start and go around until we find Yondalla. Figure out exactly what it is that's going on and, like, what he's gotten himself into since he was exiled out this way. So, we're done with Trials of the Luremaster. We're back on the main story path. Sooner than you think, things will things will switch to action, I think. We're done with some of these puzzle fights. These characters are ready to get into some real fights. And I am too. So, thanks for being here. I'm glad that you all were able to stop by and join me for the stream. I hope that I'll see you again next weekend. If you're not already, please remember to subscribe on Twitch, on YouTube when I upload this video there tomorrow or the next day, on Twitter, Facebook, Pillow Fort if you use Pillow Fort. And I'll see you next time for more Icewind Dale, The Heart of Winter. And as always, thanks for playing.